One Piece chapter 846. Yo, poor Luffy, man. This has just not been his arc. Oh my god. He's getting his ass kicked over and over again. And that's because he got freaking sandwiched between two hockey fists by these two monsters. And I'm like, oh, poor Luffy. And he gets knocked out again. He falls down. He's just done. He's done. How is Luffy still fucking standing? The will of Luffy, the will of D is strong within this guy, man. He's gonna fucking die if it continues going on this route of freaking ass beating after ass beating in every chapter. So Luffy and Nami, they take on the army and they take out over half of the army, and that's mainly due to Nami, the Vivi card, and the fact that she's able to control the thunderclouds to a certain extent. She can't create one, but she's able to use her abilities to shoot a lightning bolt every now and then. She's able to hold it back, is what I'm trying to conclude from here. Because they're shocked at how well they're faring against this army, the leaders of this army. They're knocking back Luffy. She's like, I can't believe Straw Hat Luffy was able to fight against Cracker and is still taking on half the army and taking them down. But they figured out the reason why it's going on is because Nami has a Vivi card. They take it out of her shirt, and she realizes, oh, it says Lola on there, and they immediately think the worst. They think, did she get killed? Oh, what were her last words? But Nami explains to them, oh, no, she was my friend. She gave me that Vivi card. So basically they say, okay, we have to capture them. As much as I'd love to kill you guys, we have to bring you into Mom, and we have to discuss the situation. Luffy doesn't want to go, but they're forcing him to go. He got captured, and Luffy didn't break his promise. He just got his ass beat and got taken away. So that's that whole scene right there between Luffy and the fight right there. The next scene, you got Big Mom herself talking to Sanji, and she is willing to pardon the Straw Hats and let them go free if Sanji agrees to marry Pudding and doesn't try to run away. And Sanji is so elated. He's so happy, man. I'm like, oh, man, I feel bad for Sanji. He's willing to sacrifice everything. We already knew that. But he just looks so happy. And I'm not so sure if it's the same mask that he still has on. Because, we know under that fake plastic mask, he's, beat the shit out of. But in order for the Straw Hats to be let go, he needs to stay behind. No ifs, ands, or buts. He can't do anything funny. And Big Mom will let it all go. But she also tells him, hey, you better recognize what I'm doing for you. These Straw Hats destroyed my force. They took down one of my commanders. And on top of that, they ate my candy in Fishman Island. She still remembers that shit. Whenever you eat her candy, she will never forget. And she's like, recognize the type of how nice I'm being. And I recognize it too. I'm like, damn, Big Mom. She's being good here. That's how important this wedding is. And that's how important her position with the Germa army is, that she will not let anything interfere with that. She's willing to let bygones be bygones and let Straw Hat Luffy go. But she probably recognizes that Luffy is not gonna fucking stay down, and he's gonna come at her. So I'm pretty sure she's expecting he's not gonna go anyway. I'll kill him then because I'm allowing him to be free. But he'll come back, and then I'll kill him then. Because that's how Luffy is. That's the kind of character he is. And I think that's she recognized that when Luffy had told her that he was going to kick her ass back in Fishman Island arc. So I don't think she's too worried about that. She's like, he's going to come after me anyway. Now, here's the thing. What if Sanji really does get left behind? Because from my point of view, there is no logical way that Luffy can win against can escape from Big Mom unless we get some kind of outside help from the Minks, an interference from maybe another Yonko, maybe Jack, another commander from another Yonko. There's so many ways that Luffy can lose here, and I only see a slither of hope because Luffy's he's gonna die here soon if he does fight another commander. There's no way he can fight another one. That's it for him. He's down. If he fights another commander, that's it. And we saw another commander named Smoothie, and she's huge. She looks like a giant. She's hot, and she has this ability. They're talking amongst the commander. She's talking with other crewmates, and while she's doing that, she's drying this one chick out of all of her juice. I have kind of a bad for him, oh, she's begging. But if he fights her, Luffy will die. There's no way around it. He can't fight another commander. There's no way he can be up her. No one else is strong enough to fight commander amongst Luffy. They have to get around this somehow. I think they need to get the rope poneglyph, and I'm as much as this sucks, but I have a feeling. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I think it's a possibility that Sanji might be left behind. But Sanji might say something to Luffy. He might tell Luffy, hey, get stronger, you're not strong enough to take on the Big Mom. You're not strong enough to take on a Yonko. You have to do this. You have to continue on your journey, make your crew stronger overall, then come back and save me. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. As much as I don't believe it, because Oda said that this story is 65% done, which is less than what he said last time when it was 80% done. So is he adding more to this? Like, I think it'd be really cool if Sanji actually does get left behind and Luffy actually has to go on and get stronger so he can come back for Sanji. Because it's so hard to see them leaving this without someone getting killed, like Luffy, because he's like so reckless, and I feel like someone else is gonna have to tell him to leave. Now, we know Luffy is so stubborn, and I doubt that's gonna happen of him leaving. And it's probably gonna be the interference of someone outside of the Big Mom, outside of everything else that's going on. I think it's gonna come from another crew, maybe Law. I doubt it, but because he's involved with Kaido, Shanks, anyone. The Straw Hats need some fucking help, big time. Jinbei, because as they are now, if it stays like this, they're gonna lose and they're gonna die if they don't accept the Big Mom's offer of them getting the fuck out of there. Of course, they need to take a world poneglyph, because at the end of this chapter, we find out that Pedro was the one who would steal poneglyphs while he was in Whole Cake Island the last time he was here, which is 5 years ago, which is going way back, man. I think that's like going back before even the story began, before Luffy left as to go off on an adventure. That was a while ago. So they talk about that and they realize that, oh, Pedro is their target because he actually might have stolen a poneglyph, a couple poneglyphs for them. I'm not so sure if he took a road poneglyph. I doubt it, because the way they were talking amongst each other, the Big Mom pirates, it was as if they had just found a road poneglyph. And they need 9 poneglyphs, that and the real poneglyphs. And the other poneglyphs are what the fucking Yonko have, and I don't know how they're gonna get those. Shit's gonna blow up towards the end of this arc when there's a huge war amongst the Yonko. That's gonna be crazy, insane. Who knows? Kaido, Big Mom, Shanks, fucking Blackbeard. That's gonna be amazing. But they recognize that in order for them to get a royal poneglyph, they're gonna need a distraction, because you got Commander there. She's guarding the poneglyph, so they decide that Pedro is gonna be the one to bait them. He's going to be the distraction. And fucking Brook is probably going to be the one that tries to take the poneglyph. I'm not so sure how he's going to do it, though, because the poneglyphs are so huge. It was kind of hilarious when you see Ghost Brook like sneaking in. You see it below the panel. I thought that was really funny. But they recognize this is the only chance they have. They're probably not going to get another chance like this when you have a poneglyph right there in front of you. That's the end of this chapter. The next chapter, we're going to get a little sneak infiltration of Pedro and Brook. I'm really liking Pedro's character, man. I hope like either him or Carrot become our next crewmate. Carrot is another wild card. Her and Chopper, if there's any chance at them leaving the island alive, it's probably going to come down to those two. At least that's what I believe. That's it for me, guys. Hope you guys liked the review. I'll give this chapter a 4.2 out of 5. I thought it was good, really funny. That's it for me. Bye.